Guys, I finally am gonna get a video out kind of showing you my little gaming area and craft area part of my house. We moved in a couple months ago. We still have stuff to hang and whatnot, but the basement is more or less complete. My craft area is not. I still have stuff to go through, but I haven't really taken the time to do that yet. So I'll show you what I've got so far. It's kind of a mess right now, but it's more or less put together. So this is kind of our gaming area first. As you can see, we have a picture that still needs to get hung up down there. This shelf, desk, whatever it's called, little hutch thing, was in the house when we moved in. They left it because it was the people that owned it before us. It was left when they moved in. So we just threw some knickknacks and stuff and, I don't know, junk drawers, I guess. My husband's little area over here. My daughter's little mess of an area where she plays her Roblox. And our shelf, which I believe that was up yet. I think I took the video last time literally right before I took everything out of it. So I got a lot of his Warcraft stuff, and then my Kingdom Hearts. My area, which is kind of a mess right now. We have a huge basement. It's my basement is my happy place. This is where I'm at pretty much all the time. I don't care about the upstairs. I just sleep up there. That's about it. I've got a mess. I've been coloring lately, so I've got my coloring book out. I just picked up Ivy and the Inky Butterfly by my favorite, Joanna Basford. I just started in this book, so I'm gonna actually try and go in order and color in every page, but we'll see how that goes. I'm not very good about doing that. I usually just pick random pages. And then the crafting area. And the lighting in this house is horrible. Like, we just have a couple random lights and that's it. So like if I'm sitting on the couch wanting to color, it's really dark in this area where the couch is. We need to get some, I want to get some of those like tree or finger lamps with all the like 5 lights on it that kind of expand out, and put over in that corner over there. And then we need a lamp over here, and not really anything we can put over here. There's not much space. I did find a extra lamp that I threw over there in case I'm sitting over there, but I usually sit over here because the way this room is, it's super long. So, anyways, somebody shut my light off. Nope, somebody unplugged it. Here's the picture I've been working on, which has been an absolute nightmare. I have to look up and see who the seller is. Looking at it now, especially on camera, it doesn't look so bad. I wasn't into the colors of it, I guess, especially on the flag. Like, the flag goes... I'll move some stuff here. Get in a little bit closer. Like, look at these colors for the flag. Where it should be white, it's all blues. Reds, it's purples and pinks and greens. So, I don't know. I've had a real issue working on this. It's just been a nightmare. Up until about right here, I've hated it the whole way. Just absolutely hated it. Now that the eagle's actually done, it's not so bad. My My goal is to finish it this weekend. I've been trying to get it done forever. It was supposed to be done last Christmas, actually. It's weird because on the camera, this looks like a star. But when I don't look at it on camera, it does not look like anything but a blob. It just looks like a blob. But as we know, when you step back, it does look better, but I don't know. The drills have been a nightmare. I've had to use, no choice but to use Holy drills. I'm trying to remember, yeah, I see. And their sizes and like these blue ones. Let's see if I can have like weird colors. They don't fit. And I hate big gaps, but I mean, there's nothing I can do. These drills are just, I can see a cat hair. I mean, you can see all these holes. I have some colors. It's one of these red, pinkish colors that are just, every single one. It's just, like I've had some where almost the whole thing is just a giant hole. This picture here, I started working on last weekend, and I ordered this on AliExpress, and I need to try and contact the seller and see if I can get some new paint. The yellow, when I went to use that, it was completely dried out. So then I added a couple drops of water, and then I had to keep adding more water, try mixing it. Well, then it got like chunky. So I guess it's usable, but I had to go over, let's see if you can see, right here where you can tell there's glop. I had to go in here. That's where the number was, and I couldn't get it to cover up because I had ended up diluting it so much. So, yeah, I ran into that with a couple different paints. I had to sit there and mix and mix, and then when I took the paintbrush, I just used the end of the paintbrush, not the bristle end. Oh, I didn't clean my brush. Look at that. I use this end, of course, to mix it. And when I take it out, almost all the paint would just come out in like one big clump. So it's like, well, this picture might get thrown in the trash because I'm not sure what I'm going to end up doing with it. I mean, I didn't sit there and open every single paint because I don't want that to happen. You know, all of them to dry out, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. But this is what it's supposed to look like. Another project I have been working on, I haven't worked on it since we moved, is this. I'm doing for my daughter. It's just a castle, but to me it reminds me of the Disney castle, so I'm close to halfway done. It's just a scratch art. And if you are interested in something like this, I got it on Amazon. It was a 4-pack for, I think, 20 something. And I wonder if I can find my book. Oh, me and my daughter had an art day, so here's my ugly fish I drew. I got a book, which I'm not sure where it's at, with these little pictures in it. And I paid this almost the same. It may be a couple $1 difference between this and the 4 big ones. And it was like a really thick book when I got it, like this thick. And I might be able to find it in the cupboard. So it's like, oh, there's a lot of pictures. Here's the one my daughter's working on. And when I opened it up and started going through it, it was very disappointing because there is only like a few pictures in this thick book. I'm not sure what I did with it. But yeah, it was not worth the whatever 20 some bucks I paid for it, considering these 4 beautiful pictures I got out of this one. I'll see if I can find that too. I'm sure it's in that cupboard somewhere, but we'll get there. Up here I have the picture I'm still waiting for my husband to frame. It's been hectic. He had to go out of town for 5 days for work, and it's just been crazy. On this table is some of my art supplies for coloring. These are my Crayolas, colored pencils. Okay, big cat. Some cheap, crappy brush markers. Got them at Hobby Lobby. Don't buy them. Seriously, they're garbage. It's got a brush tip and a thin tip, and the thin tip on the ones that I've used 5 or 6 colors, I think, out of here, and only one of them worked okay. It's like they're dried out. These are my big markers that I picked up. I have a decent amount. I don't remember how many there were. Those are good. I don't know. These are just permanent fine tip markers. I don't know if these, I think these bleed through. I haven't tried them in a coloring. I'm afraid to try markers in coloring books because I don't want to wreck any pages if they bleed through. So it has to be, I did pick up a couple coloring books that aren't double-sided. These are just my Sharpies and fine tips. I like the Millennium fine tip markers. I've got some microns, which, or whatever, I guess. Everybody says they're great, but I prefer these. They're 05s. And my blending marker. Random diamond painting stuff over here. Everything's kind of a mess. I've been messing around with different stuff the last couple weeks, so got a lot of my stuff over here. It's just some random stuff. I went to Hobby Lobby and picked up some stuff to try out. Like this. I tried all new stuff on this except for on the birds. I used my gel pens, which are in here. And I tried watercolor, which I did these because I didn't want to spend a lot of money. The original price was $3. I didn't realize Master's Touch was a Hobby Lobby brand. And I figured, well, they're originally $30 for 24 pencils, so they can't be too bad, and I got 40% off. Yeah, if you're into coloring, you want to try watercolor pencils, I don't suggest this brand. Spend a little bit extra and get something better. I had a lot of issues, and I was getting very frustrated, and just, when I get frustrated, I get sloppy, and they did not work well. And I'd say it was the paper, but I've tried it on, and this is a thicker paper. It's one of Joanna Basford's Christmas ones, I think. And then I used some chalk pastels on the background, and I had some issues with it in some areas. And basically, I wanted to try going over it after coloring the picture to see if it messed with the color at all, which it didn't, except for on the gel pen. It lightened up the birds a lot. No, Chewy, you do not eat pencils. So, yeah, that's that. That's what I used on this, too. And this is just a really cheap, like, drawing paper. Which the marker actually went through, but it's just an ugly fish I drew. I'm not an artist at all. These two Fine Touch metallic pencils, not very good. My color pencils of choice are the Prismacolors. And I got one, a big tin, 132 on Amazon for probably $60 or $70 a few years ago. And sometimes I like the Derwent's Color Softs. I got a 12-pack at, I don't know, Michael's maybe. And those aren't horrible. They're definitely soft. But I have issues blending them sometimes. That's my daughter's little area. I gave up trying to keep it clean over here. And she has an issue with her crayons. So she's going to be doing some scrubbing one of these days. And we laid this mat down on the floor. So she can use paint. And as you can see, she's made a mess over here too. She's 5. I guess it's to be expected. These are all my canvases hanging up. I didn't order to put them. I tried to put them inside this cupboard. This cupboard was over by where our desks are. It came with the house. So I moved it over here, and I was gonna hang my pictures inside of it, and they were too wide that they got smushed in the door. So for now, they're just kind of hanging. One on each side, and 2 on the doors. One of these days I might start getting through some of these, I hope. I'm trying to hurry up and finish that one I'm working on, and then I'm going to do these 2. And probably try and sell them in my old landlord's shop, just to see if they sell. And I have my frames down here, a couple more pictures. Over here, I don't have much. Like I said, I still have a bunch of stuff to go through, but these are all my Joanne Basford's coloring books. I've got Christmas, I've got Lost Ocean, Secret Garden, Magical Jungle, Enchanted Forest. And I think my favorite has been this one. Yeah, this is the one I've done the most in, I think. See, the pages are falling out. That's a issue I've had with some of these coloring books. I want the pages to stay in, and they're falling out. This is a picture I want to do, but I have to figure out how to do shading on faces. Find the cover. This is Mythical and Fantasy. I've got my Disney princesses. I think I've only done one picture out of here. And I got lazy towards the end. I said, I don't know much about coloring. Oh, there it is. So by the time I got to the inside to work on her, I screwed up on one of the colors, so her shoulders are like too dark. I grabbed the wrong color. So I had to try and make a match. Harry Potter, I haven't colored anything in that. Alice in Wonderland, I've only done like one picture in this because it's very, there's something I started. When I got this, my plan was to have it done by the time my daughter turned 5 and give it to her, because it's an actual book. Yeah, didn't happen. So I get started on something and then I move on to something else. So that's the way it is. I don't know if I have anything in here. Nothing. A couple things my daughter must have been hiding. Duct tape. These, a couple more coloring books. I'm not sure what to do with this one, I guess. I think I colored one picture out of there a long time ago. Michael's book I got a few years ago, Day of the Dead. And Creative Haven Owls. These ones I don't really do anything with. Some old color by numbers I bought, but I don't have pencils for them anymore, so I don't know what colors are supposed to be used on them. So I might try and contact the company and see if they still have a color list for those. These are so old. I bet you these are 10 or 12 years old now. This is the first thing I did when I started to get back into coloring, were these. Before I found the adult coloring books, but at that time all you could find was like mandala type stuff, and I'm just not, I'm not into mandalas. There they are. Here's the unicorn book. So you can see it's pretty thick. But yeah, it's only thick because there's a big, huge, thick piece of cardboard at the bottom. And I'm really crappy. It doesn't have very many pictures. Would it have 5? Yeah, I think it only has 5. Here's the pictures. I don't know. I don't think I even tried this pencil because it's, I like the one I got with that other set. Here's the other set that I got. Each picture comes in its own envelope, which I like. Place will store it. So we got amusement park in Las Vegas in America. Cappadocia. That. And last but not least, we got my cupboard. Up top is random stuff, mostly stuff I don't want my daughter to get into. Glue. I got a paper cutter up there. On top, we've got bags and bags and bags of drills. Some storage containers with random, it's all diamond painting stuff up here. Picture I'm gonna work on next is my golf cup picture. And extras. Over here I've got, I'm sorry, like I said, my lighting down here is horrible. Just some random stuff. I got some 3D puzzles that I work on. That's another one for my daughter. I gotta get her more shelves. I got a castle one that's supposed to light up that I tried working on, but the pieces were just garbage. I'm not sure if I'm gonna end up doing it or not. I'll see. I got this little, like, miniature room, I guess, set up. And there's no instructions in English. So this will be interesting to work on. And then just random stuff. I was looking for a diamond cross stitch, and I ordered 2 a long time ago on Amazon. I think I showed a video of these. I don't know. I thought it'd be, you cross stitch the whole thing and there was only diamonds in certain spots, and that's not the way it was. So I'll sit down with those one day too, I guess. Got some yarn and sewing machine that I've never actually used. It was given to me by my dad. The neighbor's wife passed away, and I got a bunch of her sewing stuff, and I haven't sewn since probably high school. So here I've got some canvases. My other picture that I got for painting, like what I showed you. Paint. Some of Hannah's paint stuff. My millions of containers down here, and just some random stuff down here. that about completes it. I still have all my jewelry supplies I have to go through. But otherwise, that about completes my little basement tour, I suppose. I'm gonna try and get this picture done this weekend, and then I'll show a video of it completed. Hopefully it, I just want to get it done. It's just been so frustrating. It's making me just despise working on it. I've got my frame for it already. I can't remember. Oh, Art Frames I order most of my frames from. So yeah, I will get back to working on that and try and get it done. There's the pooch. Hi, Juice. He needs a haircut. He does not like haircuts. But anyways, I will talk to you guys later. I hope you have a good weekend.